What's up, traders? Welcome back to another market analysis. Welcome back to another outlook. We're going to be covering from the 11th Sunday to the 16th on Friday. Okay, so like I stated before, it is a new month. We had NFP passed a while ago. So we're moving on into the next quarter. As you guys know, we have a brand new quarter coming up after this month. So be prepared for that. Price action might get a little bit slow towards the end of this month. Of course, you guys understand how that goes with the bank holidays that's coming up and all types of stuff. So be prepared for some, decline in volume. Okay, don't be surprised when you see that. It happens every year around this time. As you guys know, it is quote unquote the holiday season that's coming up for those last couple of weeks of December. So be prepared to see that. We already seen some slow price action or whatever. Markets are still moving, but they get a lot more slower, and the price action very declines later in the month. Okay, so going straight into it, guys, we're on DXY right now. I'm going to be covering what I'm looking at on DXY. I'm going to try to stay on these lower time frames. We've already spoken about the higher time frames on DXY already. Just to remind you guys, DXY is in a huge area of supply that we have not been in since 2001. So it is expected that we see this kind of decline in DXY, and we're kind of seeing moving towards the downside. We have broken order flow on the left side right here. And since then, last week, we haven't really gotten much movement away from this area. Now, two things that I'm looking at on DXY right now is I'm wanting to see whether this distribution right here is going to hold us down and we're going to continue to go to the lower side, or whether or not we can just continue towards the upside and get back into this main area. This is where I really wanted us to come into, since this was the area that broke our bullish order flow to the left. So this is where I really wanted to see. This is going to be the deciding factor whether DXY was going to give us a little bit more bullish price action to get back into like areas like this, right? But we could very much continue towards the downside depending on what we do here starting out this week. So let me go ahead and mark this out for y'all. Depending on what we do here starting out this week, this will tell me whether or not we're going to continue towards the upside and get back into areas like this. And if we do not distribute and continue lower from this area, then most likely than not, we're coming back into this higher area of supply that is all the way up here. Okay, guys? Pretty simple on DXY. Now let's go straight into the regular pairs. EU, we're going to move into EU. So EU, we have reacted out of the 80% of this NFP manipulation. We've been talking about it in the Discord. I had this marked out. We had a clean accumulation that occurred here. Very clean accumulation that occurred right here at the 80% during London session. Market moved up. We invalidated this redistribution. We accumulated, reaccumulated right here again. We moved towards the upside. Unfortunately, we didn't break this high, which I really wanted us to do. But as you guys can see, from Friday, we came back into the zone. We had some news on Friday that got us back into this area right here. And what I want to see is I want to see whether or not we can continue higher from this area here to get us back to the upside, to break this high and to create another order flow push to the upside, right? As of right now, that's what we want to see. If not, if we do not break this high right here, then we could still potentially come into this area that I have marked out. Okay, so that is pretty much it for EU. I'm going to be looking for any bullish price action that I can get inside this zone to get us back towards the upside, right? Those of you in the Discord, you know how this usually works. You know what we look for. You know our confirmations. It's pretty simple. Nothing has changed on our trading schedule. Nothing has changed on our trading plan at all. Okay, same thing applies, guys. It's pretty simple. Moving on to GU. I was hoping GU would give us price action to get us down here into this reaccumulation, and we're going to look for bullish price action from there. Now, if I zoom out, you guys can see I have this huge area marked out. This is a point of interest that I'm looking at on GU. Maybe we can get some price action out of there and maybe we could start seeing some potential shorts coming in. Most likely than not, we might go higher than that into like higher areas all the way up here, which is to be expected on GU. But as of right now, this is going to be the first thing in our way. I would say the first supply in our way, and it's pretty similar to it's pretty similar to EU. As you guys see, we have a accumulation, we have a reaccumulation. We had news that caused this huge spike towards the downside. I did not trade on Friday, so I did not look at any of this at all. What I want to see is, I just want to see us break this high. Once we break this high, that's going to give me more confirmations to continue buying this. I want to see us break this high, and what that do for me, that'll just confirm that I can continue buying this towards the upside until we get into here. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for. That's pretty much it on GU. If we do not continue towards the upside, then of course we're going to wait down here at this point of interest that I still have marked up. All right. Now AU, I want you guys to be very careful on AU, because we are building a schematic. As you guys can see, we have buying climax, automatic rally, secondary test. This is our up thrust right here. Now, what I did say in the Discord, I did say if we continued lower right here and break this low, then I was not expecting a UTAD, but we did not do that. So right now, technically we are within a supply area. This huge distribution right here, this whole thing right here is a distribution, and this is considered a supply zone. So what that means is the market could potentially distribute from here and continue lower, right? Let me delete these extra lines here. The market could possibly distribute right here and continue lower, but we need to see that distribution. That distribution is mandatory that we see that. If we do not see that distribution, then potentially we're going to get the UTAD that I was talking about. So we could still get a UTAD out of this, meaning we could do something like this where market goes higher, takes out this high, we create that UTAD. Once we break this low, this will be a confirmed UTAD for me, for us to take a short from, and we continue lower, and that will be the distribution out of AU. Okay, as you guys know, AU is bearish, as I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks, and we've been talking about this zone right here that we reacted out of. Now, if I zoom out, you guys can see exactly why I'm looking within this area right here. This is the slingshot of this whole move towards the downside, and you can see this is our leg right here. So all this is a retracement, and we could possibly just still continue lower. All right, pretty simple. AU is the simplest pair out of all the other pairs that I've talked about so far. Okay. Now, moving on to USHEF. USHEF has been giving me bearish price action. So what I've been doing, I've just been selling USHEF. We've been selling USHEF since from this area. We talked about it last week. Our newest area that I'm going to be selling USHEF from is going to be, let me go ahead and create this for you real quick. Our newest area is going to be from here. This is the latest supply zone that I see. You guys can see we have our high here that created this low. So intentionally, this is where I want to sell us from. You can see we're getting an accumulation here. This accumulation could lead us into here, get this distribution to go to the downside. Okay, that's exactly what I want to see on USHIF. Or what we could possibly do is we could possibly just redistribute from here. If that happens, then I'm going to be looking for an immediate sale out of this zone to continue us lower. Okay, so yeah, looking for shorts on USHIF. Moving on to UCAD. UCAD is in a lower, I say lower supply zone. The reason why I say lower is because UCAD is a bullish market, so we could easily break through this right here. The only reason why I have this marked out is because this was bearish order flow that was going towards the downside. It is still bearish order flow, but the market structure is bullish, right? Market structure is way more important than order flow. Order flow is the least important thing, but I still mark out my bearish order flow just in case, because what I wanted to see is I wanted to see UCAD go a little bit lower into this huge area of demand. We didn't quite get into it as I wanted to, and we didn't get the accumulation that I wanted to see. As you guys can see as well, we do have this kind of slow momentum price action going higher, but that doesn't mean we can't break this high. If we break this high right here, then this is straight bullish for me. I'm going to be buying this after that. Okay, there's no more shorts. Okay, the only reason I will sell UCAD is if we get a clean distribution inside of here. I have not seen that yet, and as you guys can see, I have an area marked out down here just in case I want to buy this and we continue higher, because the market is a bullish market. The structure is bullish. The only thing that's bearish is this order flow here that was giving us a retracement towards the downside. Okay, that's it. We had a pullback going to the downside. I was marking out the bearish order flow of that pullback. All right, so right here is going to determine whether or not we can continue this bearish, order flow to pull back into a higher area of demand to get that bullish move again, or whether we're just going to straight out just continue higher from here. All right, so please keep a lookout on that. I'm going to be watching that heavily. All right, moving on to EG. EG has been giving me bearish price action. As you guys can see, we have a, let me zoom in and I can show you guys. So what we had here on EG, we had a distribution on EG. We have distribution here, and then we have a redistribution here. As you guys can see, redistribution as well right here. So we're seeing bearish market cycle. Pretty clean mitigation here on EG. Pretty clean mitigation that you could have caught on Friday from London session. Pretty clean distribution. This whole thing is an overall distribution, and we have confirmed the distribution by breaking this low here. So what I can do now is I can set a limit order off of this area right here. Now it's just where do we want to set that limit order, and I will go through this real quick to see if I can find a candle that I can give you guys. Let's see. I'm trying to find the most bullish volume candle out of this area. This usually takes a while to find something like this, honestly. Okay. Okay, so here is one of them. We have a 46-minute candle. So let's go ahead and zoom into this really. I just want to see something. Okay. Honestly, if I was going to set a limit order, it's going to be out of this. I wouldn't be too confident of setting a limit order here. It could possibly happen, but if I was going to be very, very confident on a limit order, I try to get this whole area included. So stop loss should be above here. Okay, so if you're going to set a limit order, please make sure your stop loss is above here. That is the line in the sand. That is the place that you don't want the market to break. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you. I can't really find the candle right now, and it might take a while to find one. So just understand that I'm selling the market from this zone. So I will go ahead and put an alert here, so I know when the market has traded within this area. And don't forget, we could also just distribute from here. If we do that, then this will be my next area to sell from right here. Okay, so that is EG. Let's move on to CAD Chef. CAD Chef, I am looking for shorts on this market as well. This market has been just shorting down, and that's pretty much it. It's just been going to the downside. I don't have no reason not to sell it at the moment. This is going to be my zone to sell it from. I'm going to go ahead and mark this out while I'm here. There you go. 50% and the 80% is what I'm going to be looking out for. As you guys can see, I had this other one marked out. We did not go to that. We just redistributed again. So there's no point for me to continue to look out of those higher areas if we're just going to continue to redistribute. We're going to follow the redistributions down as the market continues lower. I'm going to put a limit order sitting right here. All right. ACAD, we've been getting some very good bullish order flow. As you guys can see, we have a huge reaccumulation that occurred here. Honestly, I could see us get back into this huge reaccumulation inside of here. But if we're talking about lower time frame, I don't really have anywhere specific that I want to see us get into. Honestly, I would love for us to get back into this major area of demand here. All right. The only way that I will buy this again is if we continue to reaccumulate. So what does that mean? That means, let's say the market goes down here and then we start just reaccumulating, then I will buy it again. But other than that, I'm more confident for us to come down here and look for a buy here than trying to get into these lower time frame things down here over here. Okay, this is going to be their most optimal area to buy from. All right. NCAD, pretty much the same thing on NCAD. Let me go ahead and delete this real quick. NCAD, I'm looking for NCAD to come back into here. Okay, that is going to be your most optimal area to buy NCAD from. Now, unfortunately, I did not get an entry right here. NCAD did not give us that entry that I was looking for. Like I said, very unfortunate, but we could potentially look for that retracement to come back down here and give us that entry again. There you go. That's going to be my point of interest. That's why I'm looking for NCAD to come into. I'll even put an alert here as well. All right, so that is pretty much it for this market analysis, guys. If you guys have any questions or you have anything that you want to talk about, let me know in the Discord. I will see you guys in the next market analysis. Be safe, guys. Be careful in these markets. Remember your risk management, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.